GTA 6 is going to be a $100 game. This should not be a surprise because the base edition of all AAA games is pretty much already $100. They may call it an Ultimate Edition, but you need to flip that around. That's the normal edition. Anything else is the game with things taken out version. The true normal edition, with the certain amount of MTX currency that they decide the value of and is less reliable than crypto Dogecoin, with that list of missions that they cut out of the game to act like they're doing you a big favor by adding it back in for you big spenders, or later on, outfits and emotes and mounts that could have been earned in-game, normally, and with the actual release date for the game, not to mention some amorphous future content season pass, which half the time when the game crashes, they never deliver and they just give you some of their storefront MTX coin instead. When you look at the standard edition, as it is called, call it what it is, the peasant edition, with everything removed from the game and with 5 days late access. Or get a cheap $10 sub. They're practically giving the game away. You'd be crazy not to sub. What a deal. You'd be a fool. And all the extra games you won't play. So consumer friendly. Industry money people want to see GTA 6 go all in on $100 because they think that's going to anchor the price point for all games going forward. And while most gamers are naturally up in arms about this, have we forgotten that not learning from their mistakes is games development 101? AAA is burning itself to the ground no matter what. They will not be listening, they will not be changing. This is all gas, no brakes, right into the ground. And don't get me wrong, this isn't from some sense of pessimism or nihilism for the industry, quite the opposite. This is the most optimistic the games industry has been in years, as from these ashes will rise a much better gaming industry. AAA isn't even cold in the ground. Well, they're making Concord, Veilguard, Unknown 9, Outlaws, Kill the Justice League, small studios, AA, indies, as well as the small number of AAAs who actually love making games. They're making Stellar Blade, Space Marine 2, Helldivers 2, Astrobot, Metaphor, Black Myth Wukong on the high end, and from small or even single-person developers, Palworld, Balatro, Jump King, Lethal Company, Vampire Survivors, Among Us, I could go on. Path of Exile 2 right now is dethroning Diablo's decades of dominance. Not just because Blizzard has grown fat and lazy in their decadence, but because they made the game Blizzard should be making at the quality Blizzard should have had. So great, go ahead industry, try us. At this point I want it. Come on, see how this works out for you. I'm not wasting any more time trying to dissuade you from sticking your cocks in the power outlet. GTA 6, perhaps in some gamer's mind, has earned that $100 and they will buy it. But the rest of the AAA, people right now are questioning buying your garbage at $70. You're not earning a sale at any price. By all means, bump it up and just see what happens. And look, if GTA doesn't do it, they'll expect it from the Elder Scrolls. They are not going to be giving up on $100 without a sharp kick in the pants. We saw this with NFTs. They wanted it so bad, but gamers did not budge. One thing we can be very proud of right here, and aside from Ubisoft, almost everyone gave up on it. There is such a massive disconnect between the decision makers at these studios and the world of the silly earth humans who buy, or more often, do not buy their slop. Before you try and apply some sort of reason and say, surely studios will only put a $100 price tag on the games that really deserve it, these people put hundreds of millions towards the likes of Concord, Unknown 9, do I have to list them all out again? These are the people who called Skull and Bones the world's first Quadra A game. Do you think reason is permitted in their boardrooms? It is the glory of Blizzard being dethroned from ARPG godhood to Path of Exile, to lose in hero shooters to Marvel rivals, to ignore their domination over the RTS for years, to not capitalize on the MOBA, a type of game that they should have developed. The only thing they can lay claim to is the title of WoW Killer. Blizzard was king for decades. No king rules forever. AAA has squandered their years of experience, established IP, wealth, goodwill, and proliferation. They had every advantage, built up on the shoulders of the giants who created the masterpieces of the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. These kings have starved the lower class for so long, their own treasuries are starting to empty, and they think the solution is raising taxes? By all means, make it $100. Come on in, the water's fine.